Good morning, family and friends of Grace Lutheran Church. We've been talking a little bit about Dr. Leopold Sanchez's article he wrote in the Concordia Journal. And he writes, in the time of pandemic is also a time of hospitality. And the Christian life certainly is one of welcoming the stranger. But in the time of crisis, whether it's a pandemic or any other crisis, it hardly even seems possible. With what we've just gone through, it seems like everything is closed. Social distancing is a max. If you step too close to somebody in the grocery store, they look at you cross-eyed and wonder what you're doing. And so there's a certain amount of respectfulness to be paid by keeping everybody at arm's length. But Dr. Sanchez makes a really good point, one that I think others have tried to hit on. In the day of the Lord, and this day of the Lord, especially this pandemic, has made us painfully aware of the large number of suffering neighbors in our midst, many of whom we had been practically unaware of. For me personally, it's not even really the suffering neighbors, but just the neighbors, just the neighborhood of watching all of the people and the families walk and bike up and down the street. It's heartwarming for me to see. A couple of days ago, I saw a group of about 7 or 8 10-year-olds playing in someone's front yard with bikes strewn about the curbside. We share our life with thousands and thousands of people. Restaurateurs, health workers, baristas, our brewers. This pandemic quite frankly, this pandemic has saved me thousands and thousands of dollars. School lunches, gas, music lessons, haircuts. Are you kidding me? Haircuts? You see, just my 2 haircuts that I've missed so far saved me like $50, and this is just my hair, and I like it like this. I may never go back to the barber. Of course, they're going to have to use a weed eater on Richard if we ever get him to a barber, but I mean, I've saved all of this money, and part of me feels just an ever so slightly guilty, because all of that money I've saved, that money used to be somebody's tip. That used to be some small business's bottom line. It was something that they counted on. And now that things are beginning to return to normal, I think it's really going to be great to get back to some of our favorite spots and to be back together with some of our favorite people and getting around to being just a bit more neighborly and being a little better at this neighboring. In these, Dr. Sanchez writes, in these inhospitable times, let us not giving up our love for our closest neighbors, even beyond the confines of the familiar. As y'all get out there today on this wonderful Monday, I encourage you to get back into your routines, say hello, love one another as best you can, and remember that even in the midst of a pandemic, it's a good time to be neighborly. It's a good time for hospitality. God's blessings on your day.